Morning, guys. Hope you're all well, and hope you're all blessed, and hope you're all good as you can be. And thanks for tuning in to the channel. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down in a wee bit about Decca and Danny. Right, this has been going on for years. Decca and Danny at it, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now, what I'm going to say to you is, we know that Decca can have a good go and they can fight, right? And so can Danny, right? But the last fight that happened between Decca and Danny, I think Decca kind of held back for the simple fact is who was in the room. You know what I mean? A lot of people have said it, you know what I mean? And then you had the Dean Lynch Ward fight, and he was felt pressured with that and all. Then with the Robbie Brown fight, he was taking the Mad Valium. So, you know what I mean? Then you've got Danny with the BKFC. He went in, he got defeated a couple of times, then he won. You know what I mean? He got the belt, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So they're two fighting men. They are two fighting men. You can't deny that. And one can hit a good punch, and so can the other. You know what I mean? But it's just, I thought Danny was leaving Decca alone after the last carry on. You know what I mean? I thought that was all that you know what I mean? No mere fucking, you know what I mean, back and forth for wanting to fight or nothing like that, never happened, no that. So why is it happening now? You know what I mean? Why is it happening now? Then you've got Brett fighting Paul Virus, a shadow boxer, 1 or 2, you know what I mean? So why is it all happening now? You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you why it's happening now. Because they've nothing, you know what I mean? The BKFC, CA, so that's all done with. And what happened to Street Beefs, UK? You know what I mean? No seen that, you know what I mean? So what they've had to do is speak to the people they say they never talk to or never do this or never do that. So it just shows you, you know what I mean? How things can change, you know what I mean? But as I say, you know what I mean, the two of them can fight, you know what I mean? I'm not going to deny that, but what I'm saying is, it just shows you how money matters over respect, you know what I'm talking about? As it just shows you what's happening on YouTube, you know what I mean? There's no reason for them all to start fighting with each other. I mean, fair enough, Brett May, you know what I mean? But Danny's already been and fought Decca, you know what I mean? So there's no reason to fight him again, you know what I mean? But if it does, then it makes it a good bare knuckle show, doesn't it? And, you know what I mean? A good wee fight to watch, you know what I mean? But you notice with Danny, he's getting a wee bit too above himself, you know what I mean? Thinking, alright, I've been in the BKFC and I've done this and I've done that. You know what I mean? They'll look down at me or anything like that, but he's meant to be a God's man, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? So he shouldn't be looking down at anybody or recovery. He shouldn't be judging anybody at all, you know what I mean? But this is where they contradict themselves all the time, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. It is, it's just crazy, you know what I mean? But my prediction is, as I did say about Brett, when Brett comes out, the last time he was in jail, he'd go for Danny and fucking Brett and Decca. And what happened? You know what I mean? He came out and fucking, you know what I mean? Went for Danny and Decca, Danny and Paul, and fucking, as I say, he's apparently meant to have bashed Decca and the whole. So, you know what I mean? It just shows you, you know what I mean? Just shows you. It's like who to believe, you know what I mean? Who to believe, or they all been working behind the scenes. You know what I'm talking about? It just, I don't know. Is the fights ever going to happen? Will they ever take place? And who's going to win? Well, if it's true that Danny and that are still on the coke and stuff like that, then I dare say Decca's going to win. When fitness wise and health wise and all that kind of stuff, because he's in the jail training away, you know what I mean, blah blah blah. But then again, you've got to remember Dougie Joyce and all that aren't about anymore, and there's anybody to put the fear into anybody, you know what I mean. So it's a different kettle of fish now, you know what I mean. You know what I mean, as I say, they can go really at it if anybody jumping in or anybody try to threaten each other, you know what I mean, and try to call it a draw when it's not a draw, you know what I'm talking about. So it's going to be very interesting, very very interesting fight to see between Danny and Decca again, with Brett and Paul Venus. I don't think that fight will ever happen. I don't think that fight will ever happen. Nah, not in a million years. But as I say, Decca and Danny, if I'm going to go with experience in fighting, you know what I mean, I'm going to say Decca. For the simple fact is, you seen it in the last fight, you know what I mean. Danny's face was in some mess, so was Decca's ran off. But you know what I mean, it's all through jealousy. That's all it's through. Go, let's carry on, you know what I mean. It's all through jealousy, and it's just sad, you know what I'm talking about. It's just sad how they all just can't go, right, I've got a BKFC career now, and you know what I'm talking about. Just forget him and just go on with it, you know what I mean. And as I say, Brett, I think he's trying too much, you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. Instead of just sitting back, training away, you know what I mean. He's trying to rush, you know what I mean. Where if he kind of hangs back and just takes it easy and let it come to him, you know what I mean. Because we all know he can fight, we all know he's a hard hitter, you know what I mean. And as I say, he's just a rank machine, you know what I'm talking about. But he just needs to pull the horse strings back, and just kind of slow down, you know what I mean. But with him, and if it's Paul Venus or a shadow boxer, you know what I mean, I reckon he'll flatten them, like, I think he'll just tear right through them, Brett, that's only my opinion, you know what I mean. You've got to remember, Paul Venus is a good K1 fighter, right enough, but it's bare knuckle boxing. It's no using legs or elbows or, you know what I mean, stuff like that. It's just using your fists. So it's a different kettle of fish, you know what I mean. So as I say, I know he won that fight with the BKFC, but you know what I mean. Is the BKFC to be trusted? And you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's for another day. But that's my opinion on the whole carry on with Decca and Danny Christie. Okay guys, stay safe, stay blessed, gloves up, drugs down, change your life, drop a knife, and I'll see you all around. Take it easy.